Hey, welcome to Gunny's Sharp Talk. So the other day, I did a short video, little tech tip on freehand sharpening, stone in hand, how you can use a Mora or something with a wide bevel to help learn freehand. Here's another tip. This video will probably be a little bit longer. So most people at some point, even if they're using a guided system, start learning how to strop. And this is a strop I use with absolutely no compound on it. So they learn how to strop by hand. And once you start learning how to strop by hand, you can use that technique to learn how to sharpen, do like a stone in hand sharpening. Now, before I get into this, I just want to let everybody know there's countless ways to get something sharp. So over the course of time, I want to go over a lot of those different ways. This video, I'm not going to cut paper or anything with this because it's not about what an amazing sharpener I am or I'm not or whatever. It's about helping you and giving you different ways, because everybody learns different. Different things work for different people. The key is to find a way to hold your angle consistently and find something that is repeatable and works for you. So this is one way that sometimes I use to help people learn, is I have them learn how to strop first. Once you can strop and you're getting a better edge, you're really bringing up that edge, you're getting that nice, keen, crisp edge that you're looking for, then you can move on to stone. Now at first, you're gonna wanna just go in a stropping motion, slowly, making sure that your wrist is locked and your bevel is in contact with the stone. I suggest doing it on finer stones. And go ahead and start out, if you have a guided system, by taking your bevel up to a nice kind of polished edge, and then use a really high grit stone. And the reason I say that is because then when your bevel is in contact with the stone, it kind of slides across it like glass. So you don't have that feedback of digging in. So it helps you be able to tell the difference between the flat of your blade here being in contact and your bevel being in contact with the stone. So once you get to a point where you can consistently, however you're gonna strop, keep your bevel flat on the stone, and you're not dulling your edge, and you're not cutting, into the stone by dragging too high of an angle, then you're ready for the second step. And this doesn't have to be done overnight. This can be done over time. Start out just kind of finishing your edge on a stone. And then after you get to a point where you can do that and you're going back, stop. And instead of picking up the blade, come forward. Back, forward, back, forward. Make sure you don't dig into the stone. Don't go too fast. Just do it at a nice slow pace at first, keeping your angle steady. And then once you get to where you can do that, you can speed up the pace, speed up the sharpening. That's once you can go at a faster pace, that's when you're actually going to want to try to go through a progression and sharpen. Now, one of the things you're going to notice at first when you do this is, I'm intentionally not holding my angle. I don't know if you can see that, but use the light. Use a bright light so it reflects off your bevel. You can use a Sharpie, but using the bright light tells me that I have scratches in different places. They're deeper in different places because the light is reflecting off the bevel differently and not all even all the way down the bevel. So if that's happening, then I need to slow back down. and get to where, let me even this out a little bit. Light's kind of in my eyes, but slow back down to where you're evening your scratch pattern out again, and your light is reflecting uniformly from the tip to the ricasso, or tip to heel, however you want to say it. After you do that, a lot of people, I want to mention, always ask me how you can keep a consistent angle with stone in hand when they sit there and they watch your hand move. But once your bevel, you learn to keep your bevel in contact with it, I can move the stone and I can keep my angle. Because you learn to do it by feel. You learn to feel when your bevel's in contact with it. It's kind of like playing baseball or any other sport. You have your hand-eye coordination, then you build muscle memory, and there's some things you can do without looking. So you get to where you can feel it, and you don't necessarily have to look. Yes, still use the light reflection to make sure that you're evening things out, but if I was not holding my angle as I'm moving the stone around, it would show up on my bevel. I wouldn't have an even scratch pattern. It would be more like, I don't know if you can see that, but more like that versus that. So again, strop. However you strop, learn to strop first. Learn to strop by hand. Use wood strops or something really stiff leather, but use a hard strop and get to where you learn to feel that bevel against that hard backing. And then transfer that to a stone. Start out in a stropping motion and do that till you're not ruining your edge. Then you can bring it back and forth. And then when you move, after a while, like I said, it looks like, oh, you can't keep an angle, but you can, because you learn to feel your bevel on the stone and you learn to keep it there. And I hold a lot of my stones like this. If I'm using a bench stone in hand, I'll hold it like this. A lot of guys or people will hold it like that. It is more dangerous to hold like this because if you get carried away, you could hack your finger. And if you're getting things extremely sharp, that can be dangerous. I just don't feel like I have the same stability this way. When I hold it like this, it's like taking my hands and rolling them together. It's one hand versus the other, and the one hand knows what the other's doing. But whatever works for you. Like I said, I'm not cutting anything with this. I wasn't really trying to get it sharp. I wasn't trying to hold a perfect angle or anything like that, or I would have contacted my bevel to the stone a little differently, but that doesn't matter. This video is not for me or not, anything about what I can do. It's to help you. So if you have any questions, comments, please drop them down below. Please like and subscribe. If there's videos that you would like to see, go ahead and make a comment. Let me know. Some of you have my contact information. I'm always free for you to reach me on Messenger. Some of you can text me. But this whole channel is about helping you guys. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to be one of those sharpeners that's never going to show off what I can do. Of course, I'm going to do some videos whittling hair and stuff like that just because they're fun. But really, the whole point in this is to help you guys. So if I'm helping, please help me out, help me build the channel so we can help more people. And like, subscribe, share, get alerts for when I drop new videos, and I'll try to drop more consistent videos, and hopefully the video quality gets better and the information stays useful. Thanks.